Hey guys, Sandy here, and I am just showing you an overview of what I am using for my December project this month. Now, I knew I had started recording, and I was thinking that I was actually going to speak while I was doing it, but I did not. I decided to pop on YouTube videos and watch those while I was going through my December or my Christmas scrappy supplies. So this here is a collection from Close to My Heart, and I bought this year. This is the only new Christmas product that I actually bought this year, and I definitely planned on using it in my December project. Now, let me give you a little bit of philosophy for my December project. It's definitely a daily documentation. There is something for each day of December, day 1 through day 31. It's not necessarily a story of that day. Sometimes it is a reminiscing about something that happened at Christmas time. Sometimes it's a story from a different day. Sometimes it's a story about what is going to happen. Like I always document our Christmas meals, like Christmas Eve dinner, Christmas breakfast, and Christmas dinner. And sometimes I document that after we eat them, and sometimes I document that before we eat them. So my philosophy really is just enjoy it, and the stuff that I like about Christmas and the month of December is basically that's what I put into this album. And if you go through the little albums that I've done, because I really enjoy a 6x8 size, you will see that I have probably told the same stories multiple times. I probably have pictures of the same things, but that's okay because I love Christmas and I don't mind retelling those stories with maybe just a little different spin on them for the current year. And you know what? It makes me happy, so that's what I'm going with. The supplies I'm using, so like I said, I have that new Close to My Heart papers. These are papers out of Michael's Paper Pads, Recollections. One's like a cranberry one, and I can't remember the name of the other one. And cranberry is not the name of it either. And these are both a couple years old, probably more than a couple years old, but like I said, I have got a ton of Christmas stash, and I just need to use some of it up. Now, my original plan was to pick and choose from the collections that came out. I think that was my original plan. It might have been plan B. I have had a whole bunch of plans running through my head for what supplies I was going to use for December daily. And it has gone from I'm going to get all new supplies to I'm only using what I have to I'm going to buy a select few things to I'm going to pick and choose from all the different collections that came out. I even toyed with the idea of getting Chamel's Journal Your Christmas box. The only reason why I didn't go with her box was because she uses a lot of non-Christmas stuff, and that's totally cool. And her philosophy is she wants to be able to put that stuff into her regular stash to scrapbook with it afterwards. But my philosophy is my December albums are special, and while I might pull in a random thing that isn't necessarily Christmas themed, but it would work for Christmas, I definitely want it to be a predominantly Christmas feel. So there is that. Now this is gold paper, and I believe this is an American Crafts paper, the one that's sitting right there on the top. And I have had that in my stash for a good while. I think I actually used some on a Disney layout, if I'm remembering correctly. Now I had ordered a Mind's what is that play? My Mind's Eye warehouse box last year, I believe, and that had a good amount of Christmas stuff in it. So there are some new items that I haven't even used yet. Like they're new in the package, and I received them and haven't done anything with them. They just went in the Christmas stash for Christmas time. Now, in the Christmas stash, it isn't just for like my December project. It is also because I scrapbook December in my regular albums. So I have like everything in the 12 by 12 chronological album. And then I also have, the little mini December project. And I do probably scrapbook some of the same stuff in the little album that I do as the big album. And I'm cool with that. Now, these are some Simple Stories things. And I loved this line from Simple Stories last year. I don't remember what it's called, but it had the wood grain and it was just gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Loved it. So I am flipping through and just trying to figure out what I'm going to use. Now, my color palette is kind of going all over the place. I'm doing black, red, green, cream, white, gray, and even a little bit of the blue has made its way into this color scheme. And I am okay with that. Totally okay with that, guys. I'm like, I don't know what to say other than I'm okay with it. I'm okay with mixing cream and white. I'm okay with mixing gray and brown. I'm just okay with it all. So there we go. Now these are numbers here, 1 through 31, and they are the thickers that came out with Chamel's Christmas Magic collection a couple years ago. And I bought a set of those that year and used it in my Christmas album here. And then I found a set on clearance for like a ridiculous price, and I bought them thinking I would use them again for another Christmas album. Now, look at these sticker sheets. They are mostly gone. There's just a few things left on them. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to use them all, but since they have so few stickers on them, I'm going to throw them into the pile. There are a lot of stickers that have been used off of these sheets, so I'm just like, okay, let's see if we can use any of this stuff, and if I can, fabulous. If I don't, it's not a big deal. Like, I have all of these papers and such things. So, that little Merry Christmas thing came from Target's Dollar Spot, and I bought it because it was going to be like the opening page in my 12 by 12 album. It's a little bit large for the 6 by 6 8 album. 6 by 6 8. I'm making up new album sizes here, people. That's what's happening. So now I'm going through the little box and I'm pulling out things like I have these Tim Holtz rub-ons. Oh my word, people. Have you tried his rub-ons? They are gorgeous. They just come off beautifully. I've got this stamp set. I'm pulling out chipboard and stickers, and I'm just kind of like peeking through it all and trying to decide what I really want to use for this project. Because I could have just pulled out my entire Christmas stash and worked out of the paper holder that keeps all the paper and the larger stickers and thickers and stuff, and then just worked out of the little green box that holds all the smaller stuff. But I really didn't want to do that. I really wanted to pare it down just a little bit. Now look at those rub-ons. I'm not exactly sure what I was doing there. Those rub-ons, 2006, and then the 7 and the 8. So some of these are old. I don't even know if these rub-ons are going to actually rub on. I'm sitting here flipping through them now while I am talking with you guys, and there are a lot of fun rub-ons in here. I need to try them out, and if they work, I need to make this happen. Yeah, these are great. That's a gorgeous Christmas tree. There's all kinds of beautiful things. So I need to make sure that I use those because they are gorgeous. And I am just flipping through the pictures. The stickers. I also pulled those numbers, and they are from some Simple Stories collection. At this point, I wasn't sure if I was going to be using one set of numbers, mixing the numbers, who knows? Because I've done both. I've had like a same cohesive number throughout the entire album, and I've also mixed it up, and I've loved them equally, I believe. So there it is. Now, look at all this stuff. These are washi tapes. I'm just kind of going through and picking out which washi tapes seem to be the best. And then I put them off to the side and start going through the 4x6 cards. There are a bunch of 4x6 cards. Now, this one that says what happens under the mistletoe stays under the mistletoe is a card that I have pulled out every single year because we have a mistletoe story. So the very first time we got a mistletoe, I put it over the front door and it stayed there. I never took it down after Christmas. It just stayed there. Until one day it disintegrated and basically just fell apart, and we just had these sad remains of mistletoe at the front door. So I went ahead, and I have no idea what I was doing there. I think I might have been changing the YouTube video up. So I went ahead and bought another mistletoe, and we kept that one up above the front door forever and ever until it disintegrated and fell to the ground. And so the mistletoe over the front door just has like a special meaning and memory for me, and I have talked about it and have always meant to use that one card, but always end up using something else. Once it was a Jolie's Boutique mistletoe. So there's always something else. And now I've got this mistletoe 3x4 card on the close to my heart paper. So I'm kind of torn with which one I'm going to go through. So we'll have to figure that out. Now, those felt things, the animal and the snowflakes and all that, came from my Dear Lizzie, not Dear Lizzie, my Love from Lizzie card kit. Beautiful, beautiful kits. Lizzie is just a fabulous person. And I belong to the subscription, so I get the kit each month. And I haven't made a single card with any of them, but I scrapbook with the products. Like, the products are amazing. So that's what I do. Now, I'm just going through the last little bit of die cuts, and I just dumped them all out because I do definitely have a mixture of them. Some of them are from Simple Stories, some of them are from Echo Park, some of them are from Ellie's Studio, and some of them are even from like old stuff you used to buy individually at the scrapbook store. So they've definitely been around a while. And that white thing with the gold dots on it, that's a coaster. And I did use a bunch of them in my album last year and loved them. So I'm pulling them out for this one as well. Now, I'm just going through, and the thing is I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about everything that I've already put in that huge pile. And just going through and thinking, will I use this? Is this the kind of feeling I want to have? Is it not the kind of feeling I want to have? There's not a whole lot of scientific and matching. Like, as you can see, everything is piled up. So nothing is spread out where I'm like looking at the papers and going, yeah, that'll go with this paper or that'll go with this paper. Basically, I'm just looking, and the stuff that I like, I'm pulling out and piling on top of the pile. So there is that. And then I'm like pulling these out. I'm like, no, okay, these are going back in the bag. These are not the die cuts I want to use. I always think of like Star Wars. These are not the die cuts for you. Anyway, it's late and I'm starting to feel a little delirious, and this is taking a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take me going through these lovely little bits and pieces here, and this is even sped up. So goodness, I took myself a good old long time to do this. And if you're still with me now, like, I appreciate it. So that sequin trim right there, that I just dumped that die cut pack over, that is actually from Target Dollar Spot. See that big red triangle there in the corner? And that was from Valentine's. I also bought some that was gold sequin trim. So fun stuff there. Oh, yep. I think I'm switching over another YouTube video. You know, I think that's probably why I don't mind longer YouTube videos, because I like them going while I'm scrapbooking or while I'm doing things. And the less I have to go and switch out my video, the more happy I am. Like, I just really am. Because right now I watch my YouTube videos on my iPhone or my iPad, depending upon if I've got one of them videoing or not. I'm trying to convince my husband I need a television here in the scrapbook room so I can cast videos on it, but I haven't got that far yet. I'm probably a little bit weird because I convinced him I needed a television in the bedroom when most women are like, no television in the bedroom. But you know what? I cast scrapbooking videos before we go to bed at night. So yeah, it's a win-win for me. Now that Joy wood veneer down there is from Target as well. There are green tree wood veneers and wooden wood veneers, and I popped that frame out because I just really wanted to use this frame. It's been sitting on my desk for a while, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be using wood veneer throughout the album, I'm going to pull this bad boy out too, and we're going to make something happen with him. I'm thinking probably on a 6x8 page, or maybe like the 4x6 card part of the page, somewhere around there. And that little Fab Scraps Christmas tree that is sitting right there on the top of my pile, I've had that for a good long while too. It's not dated. I'm looking at it right now. It's not dated. And I've thought about cutting off around that kind of like frame around the tree, but we'll see what I do with that. It's been in the Christmas project pile for a couple years now, so you know, we'll see what happens there. This is the point where I grab my little sorter thing, and this is a old Longaberger basket sorter. I've had it for years and years and years. It used to hold like mail and remotes and junk and stuff like that until I took it over for my scrapbooking supplies. I had then used it in my Kill a Kit kits because it was really handy just to keep everything in one place. So I figured it would be really handy to keep all of my Christmas stuff in one place. So I'm just situating it, and you're not seeing it. At this point, I had kind of forgotten that I was even videoing this. I actually cut out a very, very, very long hunk of time where it was just videoing my supplies on the table. And I think I had been talking a few minutes and voiceovering, and you were just seeing the supplies sitting still there as well. So if you saw a lot of just still supplies, I'm sorry about that, guys. Now, fun fact, since we moved to California, we haven't had experience with snow here at our house. We definitely don't live in the parts of California that get the snow, and I am forever grateful for that. We actually haven't even turned on our heat since we moved in years and years ago. So thanks for watching, guys. Hi. How goes it? Ooh, French fries. How goes it? Thank you. I don't know what that is, but thank you. I think this is yours, McDouble, no onions, no pickles. No, I got two. Oh. You're looking sexy.